Welcome back to Cloudbase Scents, a fresher take on fragrances. I'm your host Joey. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch another one of my fragrance reviews. I am so happy, so excited to bring you this fragrance today because it is easily in my top 3 of my entire collection. This is probably my number 2 favorite, and then number 3 is another from the same fragrance house. So you know that I definitely am a fanboy of this house. I'm just going to tell you right off the bat, it's Profumum Roma, if you couldn't tell by the title of the video. My number 3 fragrance from this house is Confetto, but easily my number 2, without question, is Meringa. So Meringa is an Osswald NYC exclusive. It was sold on this website that you see right behind me, and it came in 2 sizes, the full presentation like this, and it came in a 2 milliliter decant, which you can still buy from the website for $9. I highly suggest you at least buy a decant so you can see what this smells like, and I'm going to give you 2 alternatives for this in just a minute, but let me first tell you about why I love this fragrance. I absolutely love this. Anybody that knows me in person, people that know me in the fragrance community know that I talk so highly about this. I've also heard Timmy from Imagine Scents and Manny from Cascade Scents talk favorably about this and also say this is a beast mode fragrance. They are not lying about that. This is not one of these light, summery, airy, freshy type fragrances. This is a very bold, dense, vanillic tonka bean type fragrance. This will climb off of your skin. This is not for people that like airy kind of scents. To me, this is everything I like in a fragrance. I like high projection, high sillage. I like the density of it, the fact that it doesn't smell cheap and synthetic. It hits all the boxes for me. I just love this. So I think I've said I love it a bunch, and I'm probably going to say it a bunch in just a couple of minutes, but you have to know that of all the fragrances I review on this channel, this one holds a special place with me. So I'm very delighted to talk about this today. So the note breakdown for this is pretty simple. It's even listed on the website. It's just 4 notes. It's vanilla, tonka bean, orange blossom, and jasmine. I can tell you right now, I don't pick up any jasmine from this at all. I don't pick it up. It may add to the kind of masculinity that you get in the background of this, but what you're gonna smell from this is definitely the orange, and you're gonna smell the orange blossom and the tonka bean big time. This is a tonka bean bomb. You're gonna smell this easily 6 feet away from you, people maybe 10 feet away from you. This is gonna last in the air about 10 seconds, probably 20 seconds behind you. When you put this on, you're gonna wear it like a helmet. So if you don't like that, just probably skip over this one. Now, when I say you're gonna wear it like a helmet, this is not cloying, okay? So it's not gonna be like suffocating. You're not gonna be like, oh God, I'm so tired of smelling this. It's so well done that you just don't get tired of smelling it. I don't know how they did it, but as with most offerings from this house, it's just so good. I don't care if I smell it all day. So that's how I feel about the composition of this fragrance. Now onto the price point of this. Like I said, this is $250 for this size, which is not cheap, but in niche world, it's kind of standard. $150, $250, sometimes $350 for niche fragrances. It's kind of the standard, but because you can't readily find this is an exclusive to Osswald. And the fact that it's Profumum Roma, who put a lot of work into their fragrances, a lot of time into what they do, I think that this is a pretty reasonable price to ask for this. I don't see any problem paying that for this. This is actually my 2nd bottle. So my first bottle got broken in 2016, and I was really devastated, as you can imagine by the enthusiasm in my voice just talking about this. I was pretty devastated, but I did find a 2nd bottle through a swap, and I ended up getting this. I was really surprised that I found it again. But you could probably find this if you search hard enough. When I found it, I was so delighted. I wore it out to the club, I wore it out to gatherings with friends, I wore it to the mall, and people will give you compliments on this. If you're a person that has a pretty likable personality, if you have kind of a total package like that, you will get compliments left and right with this stuff. I'm not a compliment person, like I don't really care about compliments too much, but they still feel nice when someone takes time out of their day to kind of point out that you smell nice. It's definitely something that you enjoy. And I've gotten so many compliments with this that I can't even keep count of them. I mean, this is easily my most complimented fragrance. I'm looking at my collection right now. I can't even think of anything that gets me close to this. So yeah, this fragrance is pretty good. So I told you earlier in the video I was going to give you 2 alternatives to this fragrance. Meringa shares similarities with 2 other fragrances in my collection, but guaranteed most people aren't going to have these either. So if you think you want to buy this because this is original, it stands out. It's definitely going to stand out and be original. But there are 2 others that I have that I think are at least 85% or 90% close to this one. And surprisingly, it comes from the house of Alexandria. So if you're familiar with Alexandria, they do a lot of inspired expressions or clones, if you will. This one's actually an original. So this is not a clone of anything, but it smells a lot like Meringa. And the name of this one is called Sweet Revenge. So Sweet Revenge is a little bit more resinous and vanillic than Meringa is. But this still is such a good fragrance. Oh my goodness. I love wearing this. So you can see I've put a huge dent in this little tiny bottle. This is a beast mode fragrance. This is 1 or 2 sprays, but I think that it's at least 85% what Meringa is, and it'll give you kind of an idea in the direction that it goes. And I hear a lot of people say that Meringa smells a lot like lemon meringue pie because that's kind of the idea of why it's called Meringa. But honestly, this doesn't smell like lemon at all to me. I actually think this smells more like a spicy tonka bean fragrance. This is very vanillic to me. This is vanilla, tonka bean, spices. It's very uplifting. I find it to be kind of like sort of a fresh fragrance, but it's much more gourmand. And it's supposed to smell like an Italian dessert. I think they did a pretty good job on that. So moving on to the second fragrance that smells a lot like Meringa. This one's less than $10, and you can find this on Amazon. Seriously. This is by Crown Perfumes, and the name of this is called Golden Sand. And Golden Sand and Sweet Revenge, I'm not even kidding you, they smell identical. So while these only share 85% similarity to Meringa, these are almost 100% identical. So you don't have to buy both of these, just buy one or the other. I recommend you buying the Alexandria though. This is a beast mode fragrance too, but this is a roll-on. This is not a spray. You can see the roll right there. This comes out as a very thick oil. This will stain your clothes, but there's so many good reviews about that online, and it will get you in the same ballpark as this. Although I will say the orange blossom stands out much more on this than in those particular fragrances that I don't even think have orange in them. So that's going to be, this also smells much more natural, as most Profumum Roma fragrances do. I can tell you everything from this house. If you're new to this house, get yourself some decants, especially Confetto, because Confetto is my number 3 fragrance in my entire collection. But man, not enough good things I can say about this. Like, I have so many positive things to say about this house and this particular fragrance, but I think I've kind of overstated that. So thank you so much for watching my review today. Hopefully you learned a lot about this fragrance. You definitely learned that I like it a lot, and I'll be reviewing many more offerings from this house in the future. So with that being said, please stay safe out there. Times are crazy. Take care of each other, show some love and empathy to each other, and you will always have a home here on Cloudbase Scents. I'm your host, Joey, and I'll see you next time on the next review.